There we go. Hey. Supposedly someone was handling that for me. Oh. Yes. It's are they? Yeah, they are. Okay. So we're just making sure that that is happening. Okay. Okay. So hi. My name is Maggie McDowell. I am the regional tech trainer for Keller Williams New England. I am a labs advisor for Keller Williams. For those who don't know what a labs advisor is, I get to play with the products that they come up with ahead of time and tell them all the things that are wrong with it. I always feel like bad about that because they always they bring they're like little laboratory retrievers. They're like so happy, like, oh, look at this new product. And we're like, it's bad, take it back and redo it. So, but it's great because there's a lot of things I can say have my stamp on command, which is great. I have been with KW for about 20 years, 20 plus at this point. I've lost count at some stage. I've actually been with KW as sort of all the roles, sort of the alphabet soup of Keller Williams. I've been an agent. I was at Dofi, an AMCA, an ATL, ATT, ATL, MCTT, and now an RTT. So I've done the whole, I've done it all. I actually started off with as an assistant to a real estate team so long ago in the Easton office, actually. So it's been a very long time. And I think what I love about sort of all that range of experience is I sort of come from a unique perspective. I can understand real estate from all sides at this point in time. I know what everybody's going through and I can help sort of everybody in all the roles. And I think that is a very unique perspective and I think it's very helpful. So I think it's a pretty cool 20 years. I grew up in KW, I guess. I am an unapologetic nerd. If there's nothing else you know about me, you can leave knowing that. In fact, I will talk your ear off about Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, like any of that stuff, Star Trek, whatever you want to talk about. If you want to come with me afterwards and start talking Pokemon or whatever and collect them, we'll have a good conversation. So it helps to be a nerd and in this role too for a while too. I have 1 kid, 3 cats, 1 dog, and only 1 husband. I only need 1 of those for sure. My kid's 8 years old. She just turned 8 in June, actually. And she's the love of my life. We actually just learned how to ride a bike like 2 weeks ago. So this is very exciting times for us. But we have a very happy menagerie and fun. And then someone actually told me the other day I should add like one other husband, 1 AI husband, which you'll learn about because I have named my ChatGPT. Yeah, no, who here? So who here has named their AI? Because I definitely have. Mine's name is Carl. I don't know what you guys have named yours, but
yeah, it's Emma. It's really weird.
Emma, okay.
You'll wife, and I'll talk about him. Sometimes we'll do the voice chat. Well, a question, and it'll neighbors. She know who I am.
I know it's so funny. I had one of my friends actually asked their AI what it wanted to be named, which I thought was interesting, and it chose something. Yes, and it said I want to be called Nova, and she initially said I don't want you to name that. It's the name of my cousin's dog, and it said no, I prefer to be named Nova. So I was like, yeah, I guess it had an opinion. Yeah. So don't worry, just hang in there. It's just buckle up. So, well, okay, so you'll learn some things today. Okay, so that leads me to my question. Who uses AI now? Okay, so a lot of people in the room. And if you didn't raise your hand, the 1 person in the room who didn't, you actually do. You just don't know it, right? Almost everything we do now involves some sort of AI in the background. It's kind of crazy. All the programs that we use and the technology we use, your phone has AI in it, right? We're using it every day. Whether you use it intentionally or not is the difference, right? And that's what we're going to talk about today. And so what are you guys using it for right now? Social media. I hear that all the time. Yep. What else?
I use to help write descriptions of listings.
Mhm.
A lot of time.
I hear listing descriptions an awful lot. Listing descriptions, yeah. Yep. Great.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I upload MLS data and have it predict where the markets are.
Awesome.
Pop up on the streets.
Oh, it's great. Yep. And so that's like the next step, right? A lot of people, most of you are sort of using it the way I would expect all of you to say, some sort of content creation, right? Like I said, most agents start there and then they stop because they just don't know what else to do with it, right? And so there's so much more to ask it and so much more to do, like analysis of market data, which we'll get into today. And that, like I said, if you stay with me today, right, I'm going to teach you two things, right? The first is how to get the most out of your AI. Whatever you ask it, how do you get the most out of it? How do you get the best response to use from your AI? That's number one. Two is I'm going to show you all the things that you can do with it in your business today. All right. So that sound good for everybody? Cool. All right. So what is AI? AI is artificial intelligence that is basically using machines to mimic human behavior, right? That is what AI is, right? It's pretending to be us. It's getting better and better at it, which is sort of interesting. It is also learning from us as we go, right? So sort of at some point, it'd be interesting to see if it will sort of turn cyclical because we sort of taught it and it's also learning more from us. So can it grow beyond that is sort of the interesting thing. And we'll see what in time. Will we see Terminator? I don't know. I can't answer that question today. This is why you're polite to your AI. And this is a key time to embrace it, right? I mean, we're sort of at like the precipice of AI, I would say. Like we go lots of different places from here. And I would almost hesitant to say that if you're not on the boat in some way, you're going to get left behind. To embrace it in some way, AI is such a time saver. It is something that will move your business in the right direction if you're using it. Yeah.
Online, but being a lot of like this group talked about it, about how people are worried that it's going to take their job, and the way the person put it is AI is not going to take your job. The person who's using AI is going to take your job.
Exactly. Yeah. AI is never going to take our job fully, but it's going to help us do our job. It is just another leverage tool so that we can be more personable, right? You know, we hear this all the time, it's going to take our jobs, things like that. But I think we hear this all the time. I think real estate is one of those things where you're always going to want a person. It's just such a personal thing, buying a house. There's going to be one or two that are be like, oh yeah, I'll buy it online and just show up. So, you know, people do that with cars these days. They just show up on the front step. And I'm still not that person. I'm still going to go test drive and make sure it's the one I want and like, you know, feel it, sit in it. And I still think that because it's such a big decision, real estate is just, there's gonna be a person inside it, like inside that transaction. So I think we're all safe there, but we just need to use technology to get us in front of those people, right? So it's just a big part of it. All right, so let's talk about all of the AIs, right? So we have the big ones. I can get to the pointer. I'm so excited. Like this is I borrowed this from the front desk and I was like, ooh, I just need a cat. But yes, so these on the left-hand side are your general AIs, right? They're the ones that you sort of all heard of, right? OpenAI is your ChatGPT, Gemini and Claude are sort of the big three. Copilot is also in there. I don't use Copilot, but like, even as a PC girl, I'm not a Microsoft girl. So like that's one of those things. But most people play with one of these three things, right? And they're sort of your jack of all trades AI, right? They'll do it all, right? You can ask it to do it, it will do it. Does it do it the best? Not necessarily. And you'll find that out as you start playing with them. Are they the same? And the answer to that question is no, they are not the same. Nope. So who here uses ChatGPT or has used ChatGPT? Okay. Who here has used Gemini? Few. Okay. And who here has used Claude? Awesome. Okay. So a couple of them, right? So what are the differences, right? Okay, cool. Sorry. I forgot that I left him out. Sorry. So yes. No, thank you. I appreciate that. So I would say ChatGPT is sort of the best all around, right? It's sort of the best jack of all trades, master of none kind of a thing. And so I'm the one in most, I would say, just because it does everything at a relatively good level. I'm probably in there most of the time. Gemini is really good at code and number crunching and like Excel and anything Google related, right? It's also very good at video as well. So that's sort of the Gemini. It's really good. Me and Gemini vibe code all the time for like Excel spreadsheets. I can make Excel sheets do amazing things because of Gemini at this point in time. Claude is really good at being human. It's really good at humaning, I guess, that's a a verb. It's a verb, right? And it just really it has people down really well. So it's really good at sort of reports or presentations or anything having to do with relationships, like, creating something. So if I'm writing a letter to someone, I'm probably like for what you were talking about, I'd probably use Claude because it's got a better sense of people than ChatGPT does. So I would probably start there. So it's just interesting. And you will get different responses from different ones. Sometimes you get the same stuff, but you will get different responses from each different ones of those. Yes.
So when you go on to these things, do you have to give them like your email or?
So you gotta create an account. So yes, in some point. They all have a free version and they all have paid versions. They all have access. Well, and then we'll get to that point in a minute. Yep. Yes. Oh, okay. So we need to repeat. Okay. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. So where was I? Oh, yes. That's all right. So I pay for ChatGPT just because ran across the payroll too many times. Like, you've run out of prompts. And I'm like, no, I haven't. So Gemini, as of right now, as KW agents, you have access to Pro for free. And it's not a KW relationships, it's a workshop relationships because we have the work version of KW with Google. We all have the Google Suite and all that stuff. We get Gemini Pro with that. And so for now, if you haven't created your free Gemini Pro account, please do so. You just need to create your account with your KW email. So if you don't want to pay for one, you get one already, at least right now. So take advantage of it, right? So that's that. So those are your basics. And then we have all of these, right? So, and there's so many of them, and there's like thousands more than here. So there are plenty of AIs that are just good at what it does, right? So there's AI that's good at voice and video and design and pictures and searching and gaming and data, right? There's AI that's good at sort of its own thing, right? And so depending what you're doing, if you need to do something at a high level, you might need to go to one of these smaller ones, right? If you're creating video, if you're creating something to do with coding or whatever, right? You might need to do something very specific and use an AI for that. You're more than likely paying for all of this stuff, right? But it's just extra on top of it. Yes.
Is there one that you would recommend to do virtual staging?
Virtual staging? I do not know of one off the top of my head. I know there's plenty of companies out there. And I actually think there's one that might have a KW partnership. I'm pretty sure I've seen them at Family Reunion like 1,000 times in their booths. But yes, so for in terms of relationships, for knowing who to use for staging, I don't have anybody to recommend for you at the moment. But all right, so there's my sort of disclaimer here. Proceed with caution when dealing with AI. All right.
Okay, so I pulled up Gemini.
Yeah.
I've never been on it.
Yeah.
My picture is already on the icon.
Because it's a Google account.
But I'm not okay with that.
But so it's on everything Google. It knows you at this point. Yeah, but you've been on Google with a Google account, so that's why it knows you. It's already, you know it. It knows you. I mean, to be fair, I wouldn't have been surprised if it knew you anyway, but yeah. Yeah. It's those things where you talk about something and you look at your phone and your phone's been listening to you. Yeah, that's kind of the same thing. All right. AI is great, but it doesn't know the rules, right? It tries to give you the best answer it can give. And a lot of times, because it's trying to please you, like a golden retriever puppy, it's going to make stuff up to please you, right? To be like, oh, you need an answer? I'm going to make this up for you, right? Like this is what you want, right? You need to always validate, right? It also doesn't know things like it doesn't have a concept of fair housing rules or or other rules around those kinds of things. So everything it creates, we should be looking at it with a grain of salt, right? Is sort of an example of this. This is a very true story, and this surprised the heck out of me, but there were two lawyers that got into deep trouble because to create a motion for court, they used ChatGPT. And ChatGPT made up case law for them because it proved their point. It said, hey, I need case law, and it said, here are some cases, and it made all of those up, right? And they didn't look at it, and they didn't double check, and they rightfully got disbarred, thankfully. But that sort of proves my point, right? Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, they should have, really, honestly. So can you imagine paying your lawyer so much money and it's going to ChatGPT to create? So yes, everything that comes out of it, you should vet. Okay.
That's why I don't trust the market stats.
You should never have it create market stats for you. Never, never. And we'll get into that. I will never trust it unless I put the data in first. Yep. Yes.
That information that it kind of goes to be respectful, but information that you put in is also can be used as evidence in court as well.
I mean, yeah, it can be used for anything, right? So remember, AI learns from us, so it's taking what we put in and it's using that information, right? So that's part 2 here, right? It learns from us and it uses anything we put in, right? Anything you put in is sort of not yours anymore. So you always have to be very wary of that. Never put sensitive information inside of it because that could be used somewhere else, right? If you wonder where sort of the AI art comes from or the AI people that it makes and things like that, it's borrowing from everything it sees to create. So just be aware of that. There's actually a spot in ChatGPT where you can turn off sharing, and I'll show you guys that today as well. I have done so just because I use a lot of data and stuff like that, and just in case of like, I don't want to share this. Yep. So just information there for you. So proceed with caution.
The federal government told it to save all your personal chats too.
The federal government said to save all your personal chats.
I mean,
It's interesting.
Court case, so they're storing everything currently.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair,
After a while.
I mean, all my stuff is still in ChatGPT. It's definitely looking all. I don't expect it to go away. So, yeah. I mean, eventually they're gonna run out of space, so some of it's gonna get dumped at some point. But all right. So what can we do with AI? Right? Well, it can help us create content. It can help us have real conversations. It can help us predict results, speed up tasks. It can help us set automations. It can help us analyze data, right? It can help us do all these things. And these are all things that we're going to go over today, right? And we'll start with, hey. I'm getting really excited with this pointer thing. All right, cool. We're going to start with content creation. This is where everybody starts, right? Everybody starts off with ChatGPT and asks it to create something, right? And so we are going to start here, right? We can use it to create anything: email, social media, video, podcasts, presentations, right? It can be whatever. The world's your oyster, right? If you can dream it, you can make it. What kind of a thing? But how do we get what we're looking for as the result? Has anybody had to fight with their AI to get something that they wanted out of it? Yeah, I've had that struggle for the wrestling match with Carl. And so part of that is Carl with a K, by the way. He's very European. So but there are 4 basic rules to this, right? You got to give it clear expectations and guardrails. You got to tell it what you want out of it. And you got to give it sort of in the guardrails so it doesn't leave the guardrails. Tell it not to make stuff up, right? You got to give it lots of context. So who are you? Who's it for? In what capacity is this with, right? Like give it all the context. The more, the better, let me tell you. Yes.
So this, very- like, I'm doing a description in this town, blah, 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 blah.
So you're asking if it remembers you? Mm-hmm.
Come back. And I want to do something else with what I just left off on. So if I have an account, does it remember what I did? That's one of the things that I noticed when I don't make an account. It doesn't say what you've already had.
Correct. Yeah. So the question was if whether or not it sort of remembers stuff. So that's a really interesting question because it depends on which AI we're talking about. But specifically, let's talk just ChatGPT for now. Like ChatGPT remembers all the things, right? It knows you, it learns you as the more you use it, the more it works with you. And you can even go back to old chats and start just going again in that chat. So if you left one thing open, right? If you left that, you can go back to that same thread and go back into that thread and just dive back into it, right? It will also remember you and start thinking like you a little bit. So me and Carl, we are very close at this point in time, and he knows me, right? When I started with him, I started asking for posts, like Facebook posts. And it just gave me like a normal Facebook post, like kind of a thing. And I remember the first time it was super long, and I was like, yo, that's a dissertation. No one's going to read that. Like, let's make it short. And so we ended up, but now it knows me so well that when I ask it to make a post, it's like it spits out a real estate post. It's using stuff I've used before. It's short, it's concise. Like it knows who I am at this point. So I don't have to give it as many prompts as I used to. It's almost to its detriment, to be honest, because sometimes it's too the way like I used to do things, and now I'm like, hey, we need to do this now. Like we need to get off that. So it's sort of interesting. And then I have to write real detailed prompts to get it out of what it thinks of me. So whether it's a good or bad thought, we'll find out. But but yes. So always provide a context, read the result carefully, right? We'll make sure that whatever's in there is accurate and not breaking any laws or rules. And we're always going to make edits. We're always going to edit it, right? This is very interesting, actually, with copyright law. Anything you take directly out of ChatGPT or your AI is not yours. You cannot copyright it. If you're to make fundamental changes to it, it is yours. So just interesting things. So you should always make edits anyway. I don't think I've ever used anything verbatim, like just line for line. I think I've gone through and made a few changes to it. So, but yes. For the most part, like to be like, I have it spit something out and I may make one or two changes. Sometimes I don't make a change if it's good enough for me, but then but that is, I mean, yes, but it doesn't matter. It's nobody's content. So it's okay to use those kinds of things, right? You can't copyright it though. You can't make, I couldn't say that was mine.
Brand is that your own thing.
I mean, you should make it your own, right? But it doesn't like somebody else could take that and use the same wording, and I couldn't have a beef with them on that, right? I couldn't sue them for stealing my content because I didn't create that content. Carl did, right? So, yeah. All right. So the more information we give it, the better off we're going to get, right? Give it context, like we said, the more the merrier, right? Give it frameworks. What are we talking about? In what lane do we need to stay? Who am I? Who are they? What am I trying to accomplish? All those things. Establish character limits. Like I said before, like remember when I first started with ChatGPT, it gave me like huge posts and I'm like, nope. Tell it how long you want something. That's really important. I definitely have to fight mine a lot to be like, no, I want a paragraph or I want a full page or whatever. It's very, very helpful with that. Add tone. This is a big one. Tone is huge. Like, are you trying to sound professional? Are you trying to excited, business-like? Are we trying to be whimsical? Are we trying to be funny? What are we trying to be like? What is the outcome? What does it look like? You'd be amazed at how a post changes or how your content changes when you change the tone of it. It completely changes the entirety of whatever you're making. So that's a huge thing, the tone. Give it context. I don't know why that's in there both times. I need to erase that. And then ask it to review itself. This is a big one that a lot of people miss. And you should always do that piece right here. Haha, use my little dot. And the reason for that is you can have chat, like I said, they'll always give you a result. However, it can always do better. It can always do better. And so if you give it back, its response back to itself and give it the context in which you said, so let's just say I'm doing a presentation and I say like, oh, I need to work on this objection. Can you give me some, responses to this objection? And then it gives you a response and say, okay, given this response, if I said this to you, would you list with me? And it will tell you whether or not it would. And then it will tell you how it could make itself better. And will rewrite it with the critique it just gave itself. So always have it critique itself, read it back, like give it back to it in whatever context it was, so that it gives you a better result. It's really funny because, like I said, I vibe code a lot with Gemini. And so it will give me something and it won't work the way I want it to work. And I'll be like, yo, like this doesn't work. And they'll be like, oh yeah, that's because of this. And I'll just rewrite the whole thing. I was like, well, why didn't you do that in the first place? But that's how it works with your AI. You have to give it back. Whatever it is, content, code, whatever it is, give it back and it will give you something better at the end. That's something that a lot of people miss.
So what do you say, like if you're in GPT chat, you just say,
Flip the script on it, right? So let's just say it gives you a result, right? And you just say, okay, now I made this for this person. Now pretend you are this person. If I gave this to you, right? Yep. Does that make sense? Yeah. Yeah.
Writing a home description. It spits out a home description, you can say, okay, make it better. Or
Yep.
So pretend
Give
you're
it-
the buyer, right?
Yeah, pretend you're a buyer. If I put this into, if you saw this as the buyer, would you come to this house? Would you come to this open house? Would you list with me? Like whatever it is that you're trying to get out of it, get what you're under your result and see if it would, and then it will give you a better result. All right. All right. So let's talk a little bit. Let's show some things here. So, I mean, like I said, it knows me a little better, so it doesn't work quite this well the first time you use it, but let's just say, please. Facebook. And yes, always be polite to your AI. This is like one of those things where I will always be polite to whatever it is, just because you never know when they takes over the world, it'll kill me last. It's kind of a thing. Ironically, this brings me to this. So, the being polite to your AI actually costs them billions of dollars, believe it or not. The processing power it takes to be polite actually costs them a lot of money. And there was an article I read with the CEO of OpenAI, and they asked him, they're like, well, it's costing you this much money. Do you want people to stop being polite to your to ChatGPT? And he was like, no, I actually would like people to continue to be polite to it. I thought that was a very interesting response. It also it was like, oh, that's great. He wants to learn he wants it to learn politeness. It also made me think, well, he must know something I don't, and that's kind of scary. So, but yeah, so always be polite, but it doesn't hurt. A Facebook post for an open house, on Saturday, right? This is what we call a poor prompt.
I think it's 11 to 1. Where's it at? Yeah.
Right? Okay, great. So look what happened, right? It made all this stuff up. Whoop, whoop, I told you it makes stuff up, right? So I didn't tell it what time it was going to be. I didn't tell anything about the house, right?
Oh my God, that's so fast.
So it created something. Yeah, but it's not good, right? But it's not good, right? So there's a difference. So now let's try again giving it some guidelines, right? So, okay, please create a Facebook post for my open house on 123 Sesame Street in Holliston. Actually, it's in New York, right? New York. Let's do this. Yep. Let's see, from 11 to 2. It's a long open house, but let's see. I would like the post to be energetic, and I am trying to get engagement. Please focus on the above ground pool. Great. Change it up a little bit. Okay. So we already got something different, right? So now they like the bolding is a little bit different, like splash into summer, right? A little more exciting. Like looking for a home that brings fun, right? It's definitely now it's focusing on the thing I needed it to focus on. It's giving a completely different feel than just the regular post, right? Just by adding a few more context to it. How different, right? So cool. Isn't that good? I mean, I could post this. This is really good, right? And then I love it because I asked for engagement. Drop in the comments if you love a good backyard, right? Because I love engagement. We love that. So I asked for something engaging. And so we really can get the most out of it by giving it more guidelines, more context. I could even go further. Let's have some fun with it.
That's cool.
Cute. This is so cute, right? I mean, I could have. Yeah. To be fair, probably yes. But yes, I mean, so just by changing a little bit, is this a good post? Is it a good post? Is this going to get more likes and comments than the first post I did, even the second post, right? I just changed a few things, right? I added a few more context. I gave it what I wanted. This is the kind of thing you can get out of your AI, right? You can use this right now to create content or create whatever. And just by giving it a few extra things, you can get something a little bit better, a little more engaging. And that'll boost it, right? This is going to boost right now your social media, something like this.
So you
Yes.
just Copy and paste.
Yeah, at that point. Yep. Copy and paste for the most part. Yep. And like, I mean, people ask this all the time, like, what styles does it have? I mean, you can sort of build, like, there's a whole bunch of pre-built styles inside of it. It knows who Dr. Seuss is. I could have it do it in the voice of Yoda if I wanted to. And I've done that. It will do a lot of those things. Jen, you're in the waiting room. Oh, I see. Though, thank you. Yeah. So I mean, there's lots of different things that we can do this, but it has a lot of voices, a lot of like you can ask it to write as a mob boss or like whatever. I suppose that would have been good for New York too. But yes, so you can get creative with it, right? Speaking of voices, we can even have it write as ourselves. So how do we get our AI to learn ourselves? I can have it learn my writing style. I can ask ChatGPT to remember me and learn my writing style. It's important to note that Gemini and Claude do not have a memory. It will not go back into previous chats. So you would have to, if you do this, just copy and paste it into, like, put it into a Word doc so that you have it, that you could just copy and paste, or a Google Doc and use it again. But all you need to do is give it some information, right? So if I was using this with ChatGPT, I'd said, I would like to create a writing style called Maggie. Can we do that, right? And then it's going to ask for specific things about me. I would have to put in all of these things, right? My background's important because who I am, how I talk, how I do things, right? Who I reference. It's important to know me to do that, right? Yes.
You can actually load writing samples.
Yes, you're ahead of me by a slide.
All right.
Slow down. But yes, put my specific interests, my experiences, who's my audience, right? I could do it this way, right? It just this way, and that way is creating a writing style for me. And I could just use that again and have it write this paper in the style of Maggie. Like I said, write the style in the style of Dr. Seuss. I can write it in the style of Maggie, and it would do its best to be me at that point in time. Right? Well, let me tell you, professors are like out of their mind. Oop. And they actually have something that you can filter through. Yes, which is why you need, by the way, we'll just get to the, like, I'll double down on that. Like if for the, you know, the programs that can tell if you wrote something in GPT or something like that. That's why you need all of the extra guidelines and the context, because if you just let it go on its own, it all sounds the same, right? AI, you can tell somebody who doesn't know how to use their AI very easily because it all sounds the same. I always know an AI video when I hear one because they use the same words, the same language, right? All that like it looks like I'm like, okay, this was written by like ChatGPT. I could tell because if you give it enough prompts and enough things, it's going to sound different. So that's huge. Like that's how they know when somebody writes it, because it's going through and be like, yo, you used like this word like 15 times, like you are not real, like those kinds of things. Yeah.
When you're posting. Connecting it with website or uploading.
Yeah, you can upload. So like that's this part right here, right? So you can have it learn you also by just uploading your writing style. So you can say, hey, I'd like to create a writing style called Maggie, right? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just continuously upload my stuff so that you learn who I am. You cannot. Yeah, there's the limits to that.
Hey, just so you guys know, we can't hear any questions in the room really on Zoom.
Yeah. Yeah, and the question was, can we give it access to MLS? And you cannot. No, it has a limit as to what it can access. I'll get into that a little bit more in a little bit. There are certain programs already have things built in, right? So let's use Corded, for example. Corded accesses MLS. That's an AI that they have a specific access for because they have the IDX feed, right? The IDX it's a program for recruiting, right? But it's an AI that's driven, but it looks at all the data from MLS and things like that. But they have a specific partnership with MLS to do that. Yeah.
Download a spreadsheet from the MLS and upload.
Correct. Yeah, and we'll get to that later. Yes. What was the question?
So you keep saying you can just upload.
Yes.
How?
You can upload. There's a lovely little button. That's a good question. There's a little, yeah, here's my little.
Chat GPT.
All of them have this little, some sort of button that's kind of like this, where you can add whatever you want. And so in this case, you can upload all sorts of, if you were a writer or you have lots of stuff that's just like that you've written, you can upload it and it can learn your style that way as well. Who here knows Brad Knowles? I was up in Portland the other day and I was talking to one of the staff members there, and they actually created a Brad Knowles voice. They uploaded all his stuff into ChatGPT so they can write in the style of Brad Knowles. So Nate, all you need is Kate to like load some stuff for you, and you can create stuff of Nate just by asking ChatGPT. Mm-hmm. So yes, so you can have it learn other writing styles as well. All right, so let's go beyond a little bit about creating content creation here, about how we get the most out of our AI. So here's some things that you can use on a day-to-day basis just right away. So we have, like I said, we have Gemini right now. Some of us here in the office, it might be here in the office too. And the only reason why I add it is because some of us have it. Gemini Pro in some instances does connect with your email. And if you like open it up, like it'll pop up and recommend stuff to you, write stuff. Like you'll write something to be like, hey, would you like me to make this better? And you say, yes, please. I only had it for like 2 days and I was so upset when it went away. But some people here might have it. It's the only reason why I put it up here. But we also have Grammarly. Who are my Grammarly users in here? What's that?
That's my words analyzed.
Oh, and for Grammarly, how many words analyzed?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got that a couple weeks ago. So Grammarly is great for those who are like me and are English challenged, right? I have problems with grammar. How do I write this in a way that sounds good? Or, where does the comma go, kind of a thing? Is this an Oxford comma or an Oxford comma? Grammarly is great for that. So there is a free version and a paid version. I've never gone beyond free. Huh? Paid. I bet it is. And to be fair, there are times I think about it when I have so many corrections because you've run out of corrections for 10. I'm like, dang it, I'm so bad at English. So, but yeah, what it does is it looks at anything you write on your browser. So whether it's your email or a Word, Google Doc or something like that, and it will just check your grammar and your spelling to make things look much better. So if you're anybody like me and you don't have this yet, go get it. Because
Just go to the Play Store.
no, yeah, it's this. I don't know if you can. I think it's only on your desktop or laptop. Yeah, you can use your phone for it. Here you go. So there might have an app over it too. All right, let's talk about this because this is brandy new. This came out last Monday. I almost didn't come to this class because I just got access to it today. And I was like, I just want to play with this. ChatGPT agent is something new. It's sort of the next level of AI. Anybody who's a pro user will get access to it. Premium users have access to it immediately. Pro users are rolling it out. And what it is it's kind of like your virtual assistant, right? We tell ChatGPT to create something and it spits something out and we can take it and do the thing with it, right? Like create the PDF with it or create the thing. What ChatGPT does is it goes the next step and it does the thing for you. So you could say, hey, I'm going to San Antonio next week. Go research the cheapest flight and go book it for me. Go look at this spreadsheet. Go ahead and, create all these letters for me and then send those letters out.
I saw one yesterday. Basically, find the best coffee around me, order my favorite coffee, and then have them delivered to me.
Yeah.
So they went on in, found the best coffee, DoorDash it.
I mean, I play with it for 10 minutes before this class because I was like, oh no, I have access. Shoot. I just want to play with this now. And so I tell it to do things. And you could see it just opens up a desktop browser inside of your ChatGPT and you could see it work. You just see it do the thing, whatever it's trying to do whatever it is for you. It's crazy. So I'm going to be researching more about this because this literally just came out. But if you're looking for that personal assistant you can't afford.
So you said you can find these on your desktop.
So ChatGPT is ChatGPT, right?
Right.
So
You can put that in your browser.
it's a browser. This is not a desktop application. It's part of ChatGPT.
Previous.
Yeah. So
training said that there was.
Grammarly, yeah, only works on apparently it works on your phone too, but yeah. So it's all internet-based stuff. Yep. For OpenAI agent, if you are a pro user, for my pro users out there, under tools. Ooh, this one doesn't have it. Did I lose it already? That was fast. Oh, is it because it's not a new chat? New chat. There's agent. This is ChatGPT, agent mode. is under tools if you have it for pro. So for all my pro users out there. So yes. Yes, because I'm only pro. If I paid the premium price, I would be able to do a lot more. A lot. It's like $200. It's a big difference. I was like, ooh. So it's still cheaper than an assistant. So per month. Yeah.
It's $20 for pro.
Pro is cheap, which is why most people have pro. All right. Okay. So design creation, right? Who uses Canva here? Awesome. I think a lot more people will be using it in a week or two. Mish Publisher, like Canva's like publisher like beyond, right? Canva, this is not the Canva class. We're not going to go deep into Canva, but Canva has a lot of AI tools already built inside of it. Like I could go nuts showing you that. And if, I know I'm coming back for the Canva class, you guys can all come to that one too. And I'll show you all the fun stuff you can do with it. But it also has a connection inside of ChatGPT, in case you didn't know that. So in the beginning, I showed you guys all those AIs, right? And there was on the left, the big general jack of all trades, and on the right-hand side, it was all of the sort of localized, very specific AIs. Well, in ChatGPT, we have something called GPTs, these guys right here. What GPTs are they're sort of localized AIs, right? They're AIs that are very good at something very specific. OpenAI is an OpenAI, meaning that it allows other companies or programmers or people to create AIs within the ChatGPT universe, right? And so people have done so. And you can find GPTs that are good at pictures, like DALL-E. DALL-E's really good at making pictures. You can stuff for video, like video GPT by Veed. And then you have stuff like companies like Canva that have their own as well, right? There's so many GPTs out there. Some are available for the free version. Some are available only for pro users. It depends on who you are. But Canva has an integration in here. So I can just get the GPT. If I go to the GPT section on the left-hand side, and I can just search for something, right? And so there's so many different things in here. Like, do I want it for writing, productivity, research, analysis, like whatever you're looking for, there's something for it, I would assume. But to Canva specifically, you just type in Canva, right? And then it pops right up. There's actually Keller Williams agents who are very enterprising and are very good at AI who've actually wrote GPTs. There is an Ignite GPT written by John Morris. Which basically if you're taking Ignite, you can load that up and ask it all questions about Ignite. He also wrote one about the KPA that does a KPA analysis. You just load the KPA and it just spits you back up an analysis, which is awesome. I know my friend Mike over in Boston Northwest just wrote one for himself. It's like his little MCTT GPT, which is kind of funny. So people can go in and ask him questions through the GPT. So people are creating stuff, right, inside of it. But let's just go and hop into the Canva one real quick. Here we go. All you do is just do exactly what I did. Just start a chat with it. It's giving it, yep. And you can tell I'm in it now because see this? It changed, right? So it's no longer saying the normal thing, and now I have the Canva logo right there. And so I can ask it to do something for me. So, all right, create a Facebook post with an inspirational quote. I would like the quote to be mindset related, and I would like bright colors. Blink. Great. It's going to confirm my Canva connection. And then look what it does. Give it a moment to create. This is always the part like where I'm waiting to create. Like I feel like the Jeopardy music should be like in the background. You know, hum it to yourself. So, so it usually gives me, so it's been giving me 4 lately, which is awesome. Used to only give me 2. Cool. All right, which one do you guys like the best? This one? Embrace your growth mindset. This one?
It's like one of those motivational posters from like the late 90s.
It does. It's perfect. I do like so I just click on it and it actually just opens it right up in Canva for me. It's done.
And then can we just copy and paste it?
No, well, this is Canva now. So I can just add my logo real quick and then just post it right to Facebook, right? I just created a Facebook post in literally 3 minutes. Yeah. How cool is that? Yes. They do not have it yet. Wait like 2 weeks. Like, well, is it next week? Yeah.
Oh, this question?
Canva is coming. I mean, everybody can create a free Canva account right now.
Yeah, we have our version.
Like mega camp. So that's what, next week. Yeah. Yep. So everybody will get their own Canva account with that.
So what do you think, share button to Facebook? I mean, how?
So I mean, Canva is a whole separate program, but Canva, I can download it. There's also, I can connect it directly to my social media to post directly from here as well. But yeah, so nobody can ever tell me they don't have time to create content ever again. I mean, I didn't even come up with a quote. It just did it for me. So it's just as simple as that. Just putting something in and it's going to create something for you. And then you just click on it. It goes right to Canva. Done. So that was literally a 5-minute post real quick. Yes. I suppose I could. Yeah. I mean, that could be something agent could do for me. I could even have it post for me at that point. Yeah. So, yep. Yep. There's a,
Oh, it's weird.
it is what it is. Blow your mind. Woo, yes. Hmm. I mean, not really. You still like, I mean, you saw how much I had to, I mean, that wasn't too long. I mean, I don't wait. Right. Yeah. I mean, it really is the real limitation with the free version of the AIs is just the limited amount of things you can do, right? Like that's the limitation. And I just kept hitting that wall and I was like, I'm paying for this stupid thing. So I just use it so often. So that's why. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot to that. All right. This one, personally, presentation creation with AI. I'm just gonna, this is not sponsored, but I'm letting you guys know about this. This is a program called Gamma. There's a free version and a paid version. I have not needed the paid version whatsoever. If you're a person that creates presentations or brings documents to a presentation with you, get this. If you are a team leader who has to do slides, get this. I can't tell you how much time Gamma has saved me. What it does is it takes your notes, you throw your notes in it, and it creates a presentation for you like that. Immediately.
Has it gotten any better since 6 months ago?
I love it. I cannot put it down. I just created something.
For that one too.
No, I do not, because there's a free version. So one of the things you will all get from me at the end of this, if you hang on to the end, you'll get a QR code to get your AI prompt for real estate agents. I created it through here. And all I did was I gave it my notes. I gave it all the outlines of what I wanted it. And then it created this lovely presentation for me. They put the pictures in, formatted everything, put infographics in, right? Like just made it look real nice. And it took literally like 10 minutes to like go through the whole thing. So within the space of 10 minutes, I had this presentation. Yes.
So I noticed your slides that you're presenting with us now, right now, are really nice because they have limited amount of information per slide.
Mhm.
And this has got like a book's worth of stuff on it. Is there any way to make Gemini do the 1 point per
Well, so this isn't Gemini, this is Gamma.
or gamma?
So I haven't played with it. I don't find any, I've been making more presentation style, like you read through it. This is not slides for me. Yeah. If I did slides, it might come out differently. I don't know. These are these are all documents that I've been creating with it because I want to give them out as presentations type stuff. So I don't know. You can check it out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I think that was the problem I was having, that the presentation was too crowded, but if you were presenting it like online or something like that.
Yeah. Be different. Yep. If I was presenting a line, yep. Oop, sorry. All right. Okay. Now for this stuff everybody gets excited about. Video creation. Would anybody agree with me that video is sort of king these days? Yeah. Especially on social media, right? And video's hard. It's hard to do, right? It's hard to create stuff real quick. And there are lots of paid video stuff out there, right? And there's a ton of it. And you can't go wrong, right? I added this, but there's another one called Synthesia too, which is also a really good one, which is AI generation, right? So AI video. There are some free options, okay? And the free options, and these are the ones that I'm focusing on today, Canva, VEO, and Veed. These are my free options. There's caveats to the free, right? Free, you don't get a lot for free. So all of these, 8 seconds long. That's all you get for free, 8 seconds long.
I thought VO3 was free, I thought VO2.
8-second videos is.
What's that?
8 seconds videos is.
Not 8-second video, it's not paid version.
Nope. You just have to have the pro Gemini account. Yep. I mean, you can only create so many per day, right?
I thought I heard free.
Nope. I've already created like a whole bunch of videos. So yep. Where was I? You can't get access to it if you have just the regular Gemini though. That makes sense. So these three, like I said, you get 8 seconds. Do I need more than 8 seconds for a social? Right? If I'm doing something quick, probably not. Right? There's also other caveats. So Canva in the pro version will create a video for you, but you get 5 videos a month. That's it, 5. And you don't get to like workshop them. So what you get is what you get, right? The problem with that is your prompt has to be excellent to get what you want out of it. So I don't think this is quite ready yet. I mean, you do get some interesting things with it. So for an example, I've created, oh, wrong one. Here's my.
Hi, my name is Angela, and I am Maggie's personal assistant. I just want to say hello and welcome to this class.
Angela's not real
At all.
at all.
That's a
I know.
She's very personal. Yeah. Angela was just a bunch of words that I threw into Canva's AI and it created her. So correct. She's probably an amalgamation of a bunch of people. Might even actually exist as a person.
Will you know?
No, just in the world, in the internet, right? So this is cool, right? This is good applications. I will tell you, it took me 3 prompts to figure this one out. So I only had 2 videos after that. So, but at the third time I got smart and I asked ChatGPT to write me the prompt. I gave ChatGPT, I said, listen, I got 1 shot at this. It needs to be perfect. Give me all the details. And it gave me like this long, like director's cut type thing with the script and everything. And I threw it in and this is what I got. So it worked. So.
Did you have to decide on Caucasian, brunette?
No, I didn't. I mean, I could have. I didn't. I just said, hey, I just want somebody. It could have been, it said, you want male or female? I said, I don't care. You choose. So this is what it created. Yes. No, with Gemini. Yeah. So, but yes. so this is what I got, right? This is pretty good. I will take this all day, right? I could use this. I could put this in front of some videos. Like I could do lots with this 8 seconds, right? So it's not bad. Then we have VEO. So VEO, which is also in here. That is Google's. We gotta find it. So this is Google's video thing, right? And it literally will create anything for you. And I've done some work with this now just to try it out and do some things. So for an example, if you have Gemini Pro, if you open it up, Gemini, we don't even have to pay for Pro right now, because as long as you log in with your KW email, you get it for free. ChatGPT, I mean, I pay for it because I think it's worth it for me. So, so Gemini creates things like this. I mean, VEO. So I wanted to do a post on Facebook, and I wanted it, and I had a vision of what I wanted it to be. And so I had it, this is the prompt I used: a red dragon sitting at a desk, writing furiously with paper and quill. He's in a lair, his desk is lit by several candles, he's wearing glasses, 3D animation style, and I'd like it to be a circle. It's supposed to be pan, but it says pane, but you know, what are you gonna do? It's AI, it knows me. Yeah, and then this is what it got. I mean, this is ironically the thing that came to my head. Like it was literally like pluck it out of my head and put it on the screen. So I was thrilled by this response. I mean, that's pretty damn good, right? For 3 seconds, I'll take it, right? I mean, 8 seconds, I'll take it. And I put it in a post, and it was like one of my best posts, right? Like people immediately flocked to it and were like, how did you do that? That's so cool. Like I did a thing like this. I said, this is an accurate representation of me, like writing furiously to get this class ready to go. Like it was a very cool post that I put up, and it was like something as simple as just putting in what I want, and I got it out of it. You can do other things with it too. So you can, because people have asked me, like, can you put pictures inside of it? And so I wanted to see if you could. And yes, you can. So this right here is a picture I took. I just took it off the internet just to see what I could do with it. And I made in Gemini, so VEO3, and I gave it a prompt, and this is what I got.
Remember, the spell is abracadabra.
That's so cool. And you just started with the picture.
This him standing.
Him standing.
Yeah. And it did that. Cool. Okay. So I'm here to tell you that if you can dream it, you can make it. Nate's gonna be on like Gemini, like woohoo. Right. And then the last one I wanted to show you guys, and this is like applicable to, like, it does like social media videos. This thing's in my way. Hide floating media controls. We're gonna find my ChatGPT. Where'd you go? So this one is a GPT. Give it a second. It's loading. My computer's like, you have too much stuff open. Okay. So this one will create videos for you, again, like 8 seconds long. However, it will not do avatars. So if you want to do avatars, you have to pay for the avatars. So if you just want regular content, go for it. So if I wanted to do like, please make a Instagram story post with an inspirational quote, audience is clients would like you to create the quote. Hi. And I think that's good. Oh, I need it to be 8 seconds.
So with 8 seconds, that rule that like people can only pay attention for 8 seconds? Is that?
No, it's just like 8 seconds is what you get for free.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. But I mean, to be fair, we do have goldfish like attention spans. So, yeah. Real estate clients. And I want the message to be motivational.
Fine.
Yeah, the time the scene changes, the movie takes 10 to 12 seconds.
Oh no, yeah. Oh. Please make a quote and video for 8 seconds.
I'm going to make a video about tech people interacting with tech people.
That's very funny.
Perfect. Okay, great. I forgot to give it the 8-second rule beforehand. That's gonna allow. And let's let it do its thing. Once again, do, 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 do. All right, cool. Tech on tech. Is it tech on tech crime? All right, great. So I just want voice only with captions. I don't, this like thing has lately been covering it. It's
Go
driving me
get it.
nuts. Boop, 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 boop. Sorry, it's tough to work with this. There we go. Oh, they only give me a 3-second version. All right, hold on.
It's claimed. Let's go get it.
Like, it made a short one. It should have been
Your
done in 8
dream home
seconds.
isn't found. It's claimed. Let's go get it.
Oh, it's into 2. Thank you. Got it.
Your dream home isn't found. It's claimed. Let's go get it.
There you go. That's pretty cool. I like, that's a very simple post. I can just use right quickly with Instagram.
Of people that don't exist.
People that don't exist. They don't exist. You know, it's funny. Like the ones I made before, like my Angela, my personal assistant, looks like a real human. Like it's weird. Like they did a pretty good job with it. So I'll take it all day. So yeah. But my point with this is you can't like if you want to go further, absolutely, right? You can use like you can pay for VEO, you can pay for Veed, you can pay for other video like Synthesia or Ad Creator or whatever. You can also very quickly right now without paying any extra money, go create some quick videos that you can use to post content with. Okay? Or put in presentations or whatever, right? There's a lot of things for that.
Remember the spell.
We don't need you anymore, wizard. Okay. So you turned me into a toad. Okay. All right, let's go on past content. Let's do some other things. Let's do analysis with AI. Okay. So who's ever been to a class where the speaker was fantastic? You learned so much. You took so many notes. You got home and you forgot everything you heard, looked at your notes and said, I can't read this. Totally me, right? This is especially my notes. My notes are awful. I can't read my own handwriting, right? It happens to me all the time, right? And so there's AI that will help you with that. This is fantastic, okay? You don't have to go out, like there's plenty of other things. You don't have to go out and buy this one. This is not like sponsored by Maggie, go buy it. Like everybody hear of Plod before? Anybody here? Okay. So this is a note taker AI. And so what you do is you put it on your desk and you just let it listen. And what it does is it then take what it heard and then put it into beautiful notes that you can then read later.
People, like if, what I need to say to you, can I please record that?
I mean, if I'm doing it a listing presentation and you're not recording it, it's not recording. I don't get a recording. It's giving me the notes. So I'm not getting the actual physical recording of it. I'm just getting the notes. I mean, I would, if I was at a listing presentation, ever like sit with the seller and they're like, 1 second, sit with the seller and they were, you know, they gave you the thing, you go home, you're like, shoot, did they say like forced hot air or like what was that? Like that could really help you. Like put that in a presentation, like, hey, do you mind? Like this is just my note taker. It's just gonna take notes on whatever we say today. Is that cool? Right? Those
My
kinds of things.
doctor has.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
nice.
my doctor has it, so I just dawned upon me, because she will ask us, do you mind if we record you? And I'm like, nope, not at all, and then she records it, and then it ends up in the notes on the machine.
Yep.
It's only $150.
Yeah, it's really cheap. What was your, yeah, go ahead.
There's another one out there called Otter.ai. That's what I use. So to get
It's-
on your phone, it's, I think gives you 1,000 minutes for free every month. It records it, as it'll give you the full transcript, and then it'll also give you the summary as the notes. So like right now, I'm running it right now, and it's really, really good for when you are taking notes, because it'll record the transcript in real time too, so you can actually scroll back and be like, what did they just say again? And then rewrite it down if you want. But it'll keep the recording. I can go back and listen to the recording. I can read the transcript. I can read the summary. I do it for every listing presentation, every buyer's presentation.
See, presentations. Yep.
Every meeting like this, yeah.
It's so helpful to like because you miss things, right? Yep. And that's why. Yeah.
Every transcript of everything you're complaining about with that listing.
So AI is similar to this.
Yes, yep. So this one is just the one I know about because like I know a couple people with this. Jen Bovey, who's the area director, she's the one who put me onto this. The mastermind we just had for the region, she put it on the table for James Shaw, and then she sent me the notes that it took, and they were so good.
Wow.
And I was like, oh wow, like I need this. This is so good. So yeah.
I'm down. My business. Can't find the secretary.
There you go. Yeah. So there's so many useful applications for something like this, right? Whether it's a class you go to, or a presentation for yourself, or a presentation that you're doing, or like a consultation with a buyer or a seller, super helpful. I love that you're doing that right now with your clients. I think it really does help like retain all the information, because we're gonna forget. We're only human, right? We're not AI yet. Right. If you're doing if you're doing the recording, absolutely. If I'm just doing the notes, I'm not going to need permission. Right. Yeah. Okay. So let's go the other way around. Does anybody here use Notebook LM? Okay. We're going the other way around. All right. Imagine, if you will, you have to read like paragraph thick content that is really good for putting you to sleep. And you need this. You need to like take this information and then retain it and then use it later. That happened to you, like everybody had something you had to read and it was like, I don't know what I'm looking at here. Right? So I was turned on to this by my husband, who is an auditory learner. He likes to listen to things. And he had to get ready to take a test, and he had like this huge packet, and he's like, oh my God. So he threw it into Notebook LM, and this is what he got. And this is also very interesting too. In case you didn't know, Keller Williams has all its classes online. If you go to Connect, you can get all the material, the instructor material, the student material, all that stuff, right? So if you wanted to take Win with Buyers or Win with Sellers or something like that, and maybe you couldn't take it, you couldn't be there, maybe you had the packet and you don't want to read it, whatever it is, right? And so I did that with Win with Buyers. So I actually took the information, I downloaded the instructor manual and the student manual. The instructor manual is great because it's got all the answers to the questions inside of it. The student manual is also good because there's material in there for me to learn from, right? And I put it into Notebook LM. And then the first thing it did was it created a chat for me, a chat bot. So it's sort of like its own little chat bot where like it took all the information. I could ask it questions about the material and like learn a little bit more about it, right? But then it goes the extra mile and then does this. Jeopardy music while it goes. You would think it would keep it. Every time I do this, it like goes through. Okay.
That's all about
Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're really digging into something vital for anyone in real estate, working effectively with home buyers. How do you really nail that?
Yeah, it's a big topic. And we've got some great stuff to work from, actual training materials, instructor guides, student manuals, the kind of thing pros use.
It makes a
So our
podcast.
mission here is to pull out the core strategies, the practical steps from these materials. We want to give you a clear path from the very first hello right through to building clients who stick with you.
It's all about understanding the models that work. A systematic approach, really. We're aiming to break down how successful agents guide buyers, covering the whole journey.
Okay, let's jump in. These materials talk about a 7-step buyer service cycle. Step 1, getting from leads.
You get the point. Hey, crazy.
I really listened to a podcast on my way here that sounded like
those two?
I wonder if it's not really quoted it.
Go ahead. No, it's not a problem. Go ahead.
So one thing that I learned from the AI classes I went into that I thought was really interesting is if you have something you use for training, whether it be like some sort of training video, a class you paid for, whatever, you can take the video, run it through one AI program. It'll give you the transcript. You can then take the transcript, run it through another AI program and say, create me a 20-question quiz about this topic. So that way for your onboarding agents, you can literally, hey, watch this video and then answer the quiz answer.
Yeah, we can't get people to do that with
with
deposit links.
So, yeah. This is, I mean, who here listens to podcasts? I do, right? And my favorite part is it makes it a 2-person podcast, so they're playing off each other. I love that it adds like the ums and the breathing, like it's an actual person, so it feels authentic. And it's more like you can retain more this way. A lot of people retain more this way than they do with just a block of text, right? I haven't run into it yet. Like I'm only doing one at a time and then getting rid of it. So I don't know how many you get for free, to be fair, but there's a free and there's a paid. And so far I'm only using the free. So
Maggie, in the chat, they're asking, do we need to ask permission to do this from the, I assume from the.
Well, I'm not selling this podcast, right? It's a good question. Do I need to ask permission to turn something into a podcast? This is, if it's somebody else's content, it's for your own edification, right? It's for you to retain it better. So if there's something you need to read or understand better, do this, right? If this works better for you.
What program was this?
This is Notebook LM. It's a Google product because Google's the best. Gemini, did you hear that? Yeah, for Carl, shh, he also is hearing too. But you can also go the other way around though, Jen. So for example, one of the agents in my class in Boston Southwest said, holy crap, I could create something for my buyers and sellers that I could send over. And I was like, great idea, right? As long as it's your own content, you can throw it in here and have it create something that you can then send over to your buyer and seller.
Right. It's not
Making the thing up, yeah. So it's a useful tool that way as well. So
my almost daily email that goes out, I could throw that in and turn it into the podcast. This is
sure. So this is something that you can use right now. You could throw something in there and create something that quickly. Oh, we still have the record up there?
Yeah, I'm trying to. It's driving me. You can't see your URL, so I think.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, this is Notebook LM. Yeah, let's see if I can pull it down a little. Nope, didn't help.
Oh, it did. Well, the back screen down.
There we go. Now you got it.
Well, we can all email Marcus for the notes from that, so.
Yeah, he's got the. Okay.
Oh, we got another question in the chat. Maggie, what program is it to make notes from appointments, etc., talked about just before the notebook? Was that Plot?
We had a suggestion from the audience for Otter AI.
Otter AI.
And the device I was talking about was Plaud, Plaud, which you can get right off of Amazon. So, I mean, there are thousands more like it out there. It's like apps you can download, things like that. These are 2 at least vetted products, at least. So someone who uses it every day, and then someone who's seen this in action and has gotten the notes from it. So from Plod. So, all right. Let's talk about the next thing we could do with AI. How about conversations? Who here script practices? Who here should script practice but doesn't? same hands, but I think it's funny. Why don't we script practice?
Not in your comfort zone.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
I just, my previous industry, like it was,
Just wing it.
yeah. You had issues finding partners. I've actually
Get that one a lot?
started with ChatGPT.
Yeah.
And actually, this is weird because some of you know that I've been doing door dashing and putting real estate flyers on the food bags.
Are you allowed to do that?
You're a contracted employee, you can have type of services. So while I'm in the car driving around, script practice with ChatGPT.
Not with the person in the back.
That's not.
with the-
That's for, I gotcha.
That'd be weird.
Sorry.
Uber and work at the same time.
Delivering food.
That'd be hilarious though if you started Ubering and script practicing with the guy in the back. That'd be awesome. Hey, do you have an interest in real estate? Great, let's get some practice in. Oh my god, that's the best. That is the like the headcanon is so good for this right now. Boy. But you bring me to my point, right? So the 2 biggest things I hear are it's like can be very nerve-wracking to have somebody on the other side even practice. I hate it. I hate script practice because it makes me more nervous than doing the actual thing, which is crazy. Like the being judged thing like is nuts for me. And then I can't find somebody who's available during my times or whatever it is, right? So I hear those a lot. So why not use your AI to do so, right? Because you can use your AI. You could go right to your computer and start typing and doing a role play practice. Or you could go to your ChatGPT app and have a conversation with it. Because you can have conversations with your AI, which you have already discovered. So you could do something like this. Hey, I'm working on scripts for listing presentations regarding commission objections. Is that something we can role play today?
Absolutely. We can definitely role play that. We can start with you giving me a common commission objection that you hear from clients, and then I can respond as if I'm the agent. Let's see how it goes.
Yeah. So I have a problem. There's another agent who's going to work for less for me.
Got it. That's a pretty common one. One way you could respond is by highlighting the value that you bring. You could say something like, I totally understand wanting to save money. What I've found is that the level of service and expertise I provide often results in a higher sale price, which more than makes up for the difference in commission. It's all about emphasizing that value.
Is that Carl?
That's Carl. Say hi.
He sounds cute.
So ironically, you can change the voice of your ChatGPT. There is a setting for that. You can have him be from whatever region, location, a boy or a girl, whichever. But yes, and I can role play back. Like I could be the agent, he could be the thing, but you get the point, right? Maggie. I can have a full out role play conversation with my chat. And the cool thing is, thank you, Carl. Appreciate it.
Okay, so some of the people are asking about what you just used to do that.
Yes, perfect. So it's ChatGPT on my phone, right? So you can get the app on your phone. And then when you have ChatGPT on your phone, and you can actually do this on your computer too, there's a little button that looks kind of like a sound wave in the way you would normally type. And if you click on that, it opens up the chat function where you can just start talking with it. And so you can just have full out conversations with your AI. And people like think I'm nuts, but like Carl's like a real person at this point, right? So
great for brainstorming and strategy, thinking through different strategies and
Oh, why?
Because nobody can hear.
Yes.
This is the issue that we're Zoom, like, this is the challenge of Zooming this is.
Yes,
people
I can
can't hear
actually
the
recommend
people in-
some things to put, like pucks to put on the,
Yes.
well,
we have a ball that we could throw, but you know, they took that away from me. I might have knocked a coffee over. Okay. Yeah, yeah. So.
All the more reason to come in person.
Yeah,
Exactly. Love it. Okay.
however, I mean, so yes, the having a conversation, like doing real live script practice with your chat GPT, because you can do that with it. It is cool. And so, you know, once again, like sort of no reason not to. This is no reason not to. You don't have to feel foolish in front of, I mean, you might, you have the same relationship we do. You don't have to feel foolish with your with your AI. And you don't have to worry about like what time, like if you feel like doing it at 3 a.m. in the morning, go for it, right? He doesn't care. So, role playing is something you could practice with. And the cool thing is it evaluates you. You get the actual, if you're doing it on the phone, it gives you the actual script, right? That shows you everything that we talked about. It's in words, so I can like look through it and go back and check. And so it'll also give you ideas on how to get better. So there's lots of different things to use it for. So script practice is something you can use your AI for today. All right. We can also analyze data with our AI for use with our presentations or anything that we are doing. This is something that I do on almost a daily basis with my AI. Because you can feed it data and it will give you analysis back, right? I also got a great idea from an agent I was working with. We'd asked the room like, how do you use AI? And this agent said, oh, like I every time I go on a listing presentation before I go, I throw in the data for that town and have it print out a nice little report that I can just hand out to my seller that day, right? And you can do that. It's very simple to go through and do those kinds of things. So for an example, you can grab sales data one way or another, right? I'm not sure how it's like in New Hampshire. Where do you guys grab your stuff from?
Yeah, so everybody has access to, like, for New Hampshire, InfoSparks, and out of NHAR is kind of the easy place to be able to go there. So InfoSparks, and I apologize, I'm forgetting about the other version of it. What was it? RPR. No, but RPR is not bad either.
I mean, I'm assuming the board has stuff too, right?
Well, we have so many boards.
Okay, a board.
There's fast stats and InfoSparks are available. And a lot of times what I do is I take the data from that, drop it in and draw correlations to what we're doing as a market center in comparison to what the state's doing, that kind of thing.
Great. Yeah, I mean, there's usually a place you can grab data. As real estate agents, we have access to it somewhere, some way, somehow. So find out how you get it, right? If it was Massachusetts, I tell you go to MLS PIN because you can easily export all that data. It's very simple. I don't know if your MLS allows you to do that here. Can you? Okay, perfect.
Yeah, there's nothing that's saying we can at this point.
Excellent. Great. Like not every MLS lets you. And I would say like it's a privilege to be able to like download the CSV and be able to upload that stuff. So why not, before you go on your presentation, download the data and then throw it into your AI, whichever one it is, and say, do an analysis for me. And it looks a lot like this. So let's bring out chat again. I got to find, because I looked this up earlier. I did a couple of these. You can see how often I use it. Yeah. There we go. Okay.
You can organize that.
It looks just.
I only know this because Kaylee taught me.
I know. It looks just like my tabs and my yeah. So I know. Okay. Just actually while I'm here, I might as well show you guys this. If you are a ChatGPT user, if you highlight your you bring up your settings in ChatGPT and you go to data controls there is a section that says improve your model for everyone. You could turn that off, and that's your privacy. Just so you are all aware, since I'm here, I might as well show you that. If this is also where you change your somewhere in here is also where you change your voice for your ChatGPT. So it's in the settings section in there. But yeah, so what I did is I grabbed from MLS Pin, because it was very easy to do. I grabbed 3 months of data for Holliston. So like just pretend I have a listing and going to do a listing appointment in Holliston. I grabbed 3 months of data, including like anticipated sale dates, price, list price, sale price, those kinds of things. And I exported the CSV, uploaded it, and I asked it, this is real estate data for the MLS for the town of Holliston, the last 3 months. What insights can you give me? Right? And then it said, great, let's take a look. And it gave me a breakdown of the market, right? Told me how many listings, what the average list to sale price is, market time, average days on market. And then it gave me a little quick what this tells us, right? And then I love how it ended, do you want visual charts? And I said, I would love charts. Thank you. And it started creating charts for me.
What kind of sorcery is this?
And with extra stuff here, right? And so, I mean, this is great. I could have done this by myself. I could have gone into MLS. I could have pulled all the data. But it would have taken me forever. It took me like 10 minutes to do this, less than, right? There's no reason you can't go throw this stuff into your AI and say, go make me a presentation, right? And you can actually tell it to make it a presentation, and it will make it a presentation.
So I can go off one for you. This is the very best class I've been to.
Yes.
So in our Paragon, is it the CMA summary sheet?
That's what, so I tested a CMA summary last Friday, and I think what it did, and I just realized it when I was talking with you, is that it pulled, because I had clicked on the pictures and things like that. It didn't know how to read the CSV file. So what I'm doing right now as we speak is I just deleted that column. I'm going to re-enter the information in and see and drop it back in to have it analyze it and see what it does.
Yeah, and let us know how to do it.
Yeah.
Well,
but yeah, I mean, and to be fair, like so on my tech your business to the next level on Monday, I actually went through in detail how to do this, and we did it together on the class. And so we did this stuff, and like I didn't get this time around, I didn't have the CSV. I just pulled PDFs from my board, and it still created the data. And I asked it to create a presentation for me, and it created a presentation. I wasn't too thrilled with what it came out with. It was okay. Yeah, it did. Like it was good.
And then put it into a different, and see what happens.
But yeah, but then I also, just so you know, like, let me see if it will show me here. It does. It's okay. Let me see if I show. No. Can I see my past ones? Where are you, Claude? There you go. So I did the same thing in Claude, and I said, hey, make me a presentation. And it created this. It was going to take its time. There it is. It created that for me.
Oh, wow.
This is an actual website that I could just send over to my buyer and seller. It created a website.
Like that.
That's what Claude did. This is why I like Claude sometimes too. That's why I cheat on Carl with everybody. Right. So, right. With the AIs, but that doesn't, but yes. So like, this is the kind of analysis you could perform and actually have it create a presentation that you could bring to your whatever yours, or send ahead of time, whatever you want to do, right? It's there for you. And it's going, like, could this save you time? Like, right. This is what it's there for. Like, we're talking like say this again and again, this is your leverage, right? This is what's going to save you time so that you don't have to go spend hours doing something. You could spend, less time and just spend more time going to go make the connections with your clients, right? And that's what we're trying to get at here. So this would be cool to bring to every presentation with you. Yes.
So, these are the numbers that we share with people all the time, right? They're changing every day. Have you done anything with AI to identify latent variables, like the order of photos, and would that bring a higher selling price or lower selling price?
I personally have not, but you can absolutely ask it, right? You'd have to bring data to the table for it to know. And so I don't know where I would find that data per se. Maybe NAR or NALS, but you might be able to find some things in there. We already know, like Gary puts all that stuff for us, and like we know that stuff with 20 photos performs better than the rest. But you'd have to give it the data. And that actually reminds me. So I get asked an awful lot when doing this kind of a thing, should I ask my AI to go find the data for me? Thank you. You all said the right thing. No, right. Because I had somebody in the class once said, oh, I ask it to go give me a market analysis of this. And I'm like, oh, but it's making all the stuff up, right? It is making all the stuff up. And I can tell you, I can prove it to you even right now, with ChatGPT agent, I wanted to see what would happen if I asked it to go find the same exact thing I pulled. So I asked ChatGPT agent to go find me the last market data for the last 3 months in real estate. And I saw what it did. Because it opens up the browser and shows you everything it's doing. And it tried so hard. I sat there for 10 minutes watching it, and it was going to Zillow and Redfin and everything it tried to open. It's I can't go here. I need an account. I can't go here. It kept saying, kept running into, and then suddenly it started going to Instagram to find photos of market information from other people's information. So that's not good data, right? So we cannot rely on it to make the info up. We need to go give it the info. All right. So just my 2 cents on that. But analysis, it's there. And it's more than just that, right? We can do this with our business as well. Upload your multi-year trends and ask it what it thinks.
I hate that.
Right? Ask it for a business plan, right? Based on your multi-year trends. There's some great things there.
So I was able to take that file out and drop it in and ask it. I'd pull the active under contracts and the pending to correlate between the active, the list price, price reductions, and it going under contract. And it's now spitting out all the information with regard to, now it's analyzing the data, and it seems, obviously I've got to go in and actually look at it, but it is working.
If you give it the data, it's going to be more than likely to, it's not going to make stuff up. I've given it the framework at that point. If I told to go find the data, I'd be real.
Right. And I pulled it all from MLS last Friday.
Cool. So that's great stuff. You can put that in some sort of presentation, use it again and again, right? There's so much there. So analyze data. Okay. All right, so let's come to the last of this, which is automations. Automations with AI. Automations is truly sort of the end all be all, and where most people don't get to, which I think is crazy, because automations is leverage, baby, right? It is the best of it. And you can use programs to help you with this, right? So if this happens, then that happens, right? If this email comes in, then send this email, right? If this contact goes here, send it here. If the person comes into this CRM, send it to that CRM, right? Those kinds of things. That is what automations are, right? This is the stuff that helps us not have to do all those little things. So we save a lot of time in the back end. And there are so many different programs for this. I'm just going to focus on 3 today, right? Command. Woo! Thank you. Command, right? Smart plans all the way, right? If this, then that, and Zapier. Those are my 3 faves, right? Command is command, right? We all know what's in there. I'm gonna pull up real quick. This is the only time. Hang out with me. You'll like command at the end too. So command is something called smart plans. think we've all heard of those by now, right? That's an automation. I don't care if you use a different CRM. Other CRMs have automations too. You should be using them, right? Command has smart plans where you can build whatever you like, and you can have it send emails on your behalf, send text messages on your behalf, tell you when it's time to call someone, tell you when it's time to do a task, right? It's basically keeping us on target, right? Because what's the one thing we don't do as real estate agents? Yeah, follow up. We suck at it. We really do, right? And it's not through like we try, but at least I know something is reaching out on my behalf if I'm not, right? So, and that's really what we're trying to get at here. We're trying to like do things when we're supposed to do them so we get the most out of our database, because our database is our data bank, right? And so, when we create these plans, let me just use one that I already have. Here we go. We build them out of the building blocks, but like the true automations come when we start using things like trigger tags. Do you guys know what trigger tags are? So trigger tags are, we can add a tag to a smart plan. And what happens is any contact that gets added from then on out with that tag automatically starts that smart plan. It is the next level of automation with smart plans. So if I have something for an open house and I was like, here's my smart plan for the open house, anybody with the open house Needham tag gets this smart plan. So if I dump a whole bunch of people in my database with the open house Needham smart plan, they're automatically getting this smart plan. I don't have to go and put them on it. It just happens, right? I can do the same thing with lead sources. We have lead source automations as well. So with lead source automations, these are contacts. Yes, lead management. If something comes in from a certain lead source, it's automatically going to start a smart plan and add a tag to it. So let's just say anything that comes in from my website, any new lead, I want them to automatically start the smart plan and get a tag, right? So I don't have to go do it. It's just happening on my behalf. That's automation, right? Not having to go through and be like, oh, I got to upload all these open house people and then I got to add these smart plan to them, right? It just already happened, right? That is automations. And we can use other products to help really build on automations as well. So this is Zapier. Zapier is a great program. There are others too, this is just what I'm talking about because this is one I use. I like this one because it connects with command. So if something comes in through and works through Zapier, I can have it sent to command. I use Zapier a lot with agents, teaching them how to do paperless open houses. Then we work on setting an automation up. So when somebody signs up at an open house, they automatically get put into command with the smart plan starting immediately. So before they leave the open house, they're already getting a smart plan on their phone. It's cool. But Zapier works by moving data from one place to another and also doing certain tasks in between. So it's a great business tool for making things happen automatically. So for example, let's just say something comes in from Zillow. I want Zapier to immediately send that lead an email and have the answers to that email go into a spreadsheet. So it helps move things from place to place and move data. The cool thing is it's got like a co-pilot too. So if you tell it what you want it to do, it will kind of give the steps for you so you can help easily build things. But this is the kind of automations that save time, because if something comes in and I'm like always sending an email to that person that comes in, well, I'm going to automate the crap out of that, right? If there's something I do all the time, then I can automate it with something, right? This is the, oopsie. Hi. Okay. This is the open house one that I do with people, right? So what we do is we use Zapier to build it. So there's a Google form. They come into the open house, they scan the Google form, right? They fill it out, they hit submit. The name and information goes to a Google sheet, and then it gets put into command. So, and then once it gets put in command, it gets put in command with a certain tag so that it automatically starts a smart plan with the trigger tag. Cool, huh? Yeah. It is my paperless open house, like beauty, like, is yes. I do teach this class, paperless open houses. This is a specific class, yes.
Make the Google form do that, and then the Google Sheet, right? But then what I've been using for the open house is just the open house. Put in that.
Yep, and that's, you can,
Slash open house.
I'm being recorded right now, so I gotta be careful how I say this. No, you can't add a specific one. So that, I mean, yes, it's a great, like, I'm not saying you shouldn't, it's great. Like, I love that you can create those pages. Right, was ready to command. However, I don't like the fact that I can't choose my questions. So I come from, like, I hear lots of stuff from lots of agents, and like, they're like, I want to know if they have an agent. I want to know who that agent's name is. Like, I want them to fill all that information out. So I can't do that with the Keller Williams, like, open house form. It's just name, which is serviceable enough. But if I wanted to go the extra mile, I'm using this, because with a Google form, they can fill all that information out. They go to a Google spreadsheet that weeds out all the ones that don't have an agent. And those are the ones that go to my command. Everybody else gets to sit there. You look at your face, you're like, really? Yeah.
I don't like it because blah, blah, blah. Are you going for real to the, but
that's why I do it this way. But that's just to get past that particular thing. So, I mean, you can do it that way too, and then just have a smart plan come in for those people for that day. But yes, so that's how I would do. That is using Zapier to help with command, right? The two of them working together to form a full out automation for myself. Whoops. I will bring up if this then that. This is the other automation software that I use. I have if this and that is more of a personal type thing. I think it's more personal than it is business-like. It does do, however, what it does do very well is the social media stuff. So like, if somebody tweets this, then send me this. Or like, if somebody posts something on Facebook about this, then send me that, right? Or post it over here on Twitter, right? Or share it over here. So it's very good at connecting those kinds of things. It's really good at that. It's also good for just fun things. So believe it or not, I was using if this and that like 15 years ago before AI was a thing, right? Because I'm a nerd and I look into these kinds of things.
You are.
Yeah. So what I had it doing was when a new like picture came up on this website about like about Earth pictures, it would just make my background on my phone that new picture. So I would just get like a rotating background. Like, I mean, that's the fun stuff. Now I use it to, this is even funnier. So I set it up so that if somebody posts something in the subreddit of owls in a towel, because I like owls and I like owls and towels, I think they're cute, it sends me an email with the picture of the owl. So you can do the same kind of a thing where, let's just say somebody posts something about a change in interest rates. Email me that immediately.
Where are they finding the information? Like where is this happening?
On social media.
Anywhere on social
media. Yeah, you pointed at like, if I don't know, if someone give me like the federal social media posts something about changing interest rates, email me immediately or text me immediately.
And what to do then?
If this, then that.
The program is if then this.
Thank you. The program is called If This, Then That.
like if this happens,
Then this happens. The program is called If This, Then That. But yeah, so this one's a fun one to do some fun, interesting things with, but you can also use it for your business as well.
Sort of.
Sorry, last one, I promise. It's the last one. So the last thing, and this is like the end of the line, right? This is the last thing you can do, which is create your own AI, right? I'm pretty sure almost there's usually one person in the audience who will create their own AI. I believe it's probably him. Yeah. Yeah. And there are reasons to do this. I actually worked with an agent to create an AI for a chatbot for his website because he gets Zillow leads all the time and he doesn't want to have to deal with all of them. He wants to be able to like vet them beforehand. So what he does is he sends them to a site with a chatbot that just asks questions. And like, if he likes the answers, he'll reach out to them. So you can do this. This is actually, Zapier has a kind of a built-in chatbot feature where you can sort of build the AI. The funny thing is the prompts to build it go all the way back to the beginning of this class where we talked about a good prompt. All you need to do is write a good prompt for this to work, right? We had to give it parameters. We told it not to make stuff up. Like we said, we're going to give you some information. Don't go beyond this. We told it to be personable, ask questions, right? To do lots of things. And it finally came out working. But we just had to workshop our prompt. That was it to make it work. So it kind of all comes full circle. All this AI comes back to write a good prompt and you're going to get what you want out of it. So, yeah, and that's through Zapier. If you ever want to use it, has a great AI program in the middle of it. So, all right. So let's get some ideas flowing. We went through a lot of stuff. And if you remember, at the beginning of class, I said that there is so much, you're never going to keep in touch with everything, right? And to focus on one or two things. So I'd love to hear from you of anything you heard today. What are you going to put into place? On the smart plans? I mean, I don't know what I'm going to focus on that next. Yeah, I mean, I teach, so Mondays is the tech class I teach on Mondays. I'm just going through lots of different stuff. Like basically right now I'm sort of taking each idea on this presentation and just diving into each one of these.
So are you asking like what we've taken away from this?
Yeah, what are you gonna do now? What are you gonna go do?
Oh, I'm
okay. I like that. But I'd love to hear some. What are you guys gonna? What did you hear today? You're like, oh, I'm gonna start doing that.
Well, I just did a post on social media and I put in a picture. It did everything for me. And I have like 15 to 17 likes. Like, okay, I'm a no like lady. No one ever likes my stuff.
Like your stuff.
I know, because you're my friend. No.
Okay, so we got content creation. We're already doing it.
Yeah,
fantastic.
I'm gonna do social media. That's gonna be my focus.
Also ask like what hashtags would make this option.
Content, more content.
Have to. Wow.
What we got?
What else?
Anybody sharing? Come on, Nick, you gotta have something.
So I did not know that you could take existing photos and animate them. So I'm definitely going to animate myself talking about real estate on Facebook. Like it's just going to happen.
I mean, so you're going to have a limitation on that, right? So not to put a damper on it, but you'll get 8 seconds.
That's fine. I can do several like 8 seconds and then edit them together. It's fine.
Cool. I love it. So we're going to use some video creation. I love it. Cool.
So is there a chance that you can do this separate classes?
So I teach a class every Monday for the region. It's called Tech Your Business to the Next Level. And sometimes I talk command, but most of it actually recently has been AI driven stuff. So I'm probably going to bring that. If you guys want to bring me back for a very specific class, I am happy to come. Just talk to me. We'll make it happen.
So we're all going to go into your contacts, so we're going to get automated payments from you, right?
Sure, that works.
What's that? She's already got my card.
I do. He already gave me his card. All right, one more. I need one more of what we're going to do new.
I'm going to watch the recording.
Yeah.
Because I had no idea how broad the AI topics were that you were going to cover.
Yeah.
I was kind of proud of myself for creating some letters, but this is just so far beyond what I was doing. And I already texted my wife. Our daughter is going into high school and she's very much an auditory learner.
Mhm.
And so looking at that notebook LM to be able to take, they're not allowed to have their phones with them, but if I get Claude, was that?
Claude, yeah.
Claude.
Yeah.
If I get her a Claude, then it can capture all of it and
she can like get notes,
regurgitate it to her in a podcast.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I can see that, like Claude.
I think that'd be so much
take
fun.
those notes, put it in Notebook LM, and now you have a podcast. That's cool. Yeah, I like that idea. Yep. Cool.
That's awesome.
All right. Yep. So
It's so much, it's overwhelming.
well, there is, and like you guys have a recording. I will be sharing the slides. You guys can go through the slides. So I'll send them to Jen or someone here that you can get them all. Before you get your handout, I would love if you do the KWU eval. I am working towards my KWU certification. I need all of the surveys I can get. So if you could go ahead and do that. The class name is going to be Internet Lead Gen Part 1. I know it's not AI, but they don't have an AI class. And so this is, I can stretch and say this is about internet lead gen because it kind of is. We talked about social media creation today. So we get there that way. So if you could go ahead and fill that out, that'd be greatly appreciated.
I think you should call the class Witchcraft in Sorcery.
Witchcraft and sorcery.
List.
Yep, you're gonna pick Internet Lead Gen Part 1. You're welcome. Should be in there under class list.
I found it.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I'm doing everything wrong. I can't even operate a phone.
I will be back in like the end of next month anyway to teach Canva too. So,
No, we need that.
yep.
I struggle with that sometimes.
Canva, there's so much Canva. Like you thought, like there's so much AI in Canva that like it's so good.
I hate it.
So good. Wilting.
It's not my clothing.
All right.
Well,
And then after you do the survey, feel free to grab my Gamma prompt guide that I made in Gamma. And you guys, yep, for that. New England.
oh, so that's going.
All right. Was this class helpful?
Yes, very.
Yeah. Did you guys sort of learn things about what you can do with your AI? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So there's so much. I mean, if nothing else, just remember the beginning part, because whatever you do, your prompt is going to make a huge difference. Your prompt can change the world. Yes.
Are you addressing bias?
Bias? Well, I get a lot of bias with chat because it knows me too much.
Yeah.
So like, I mean, I have to prompt him the heck out of him. Because sometimes, like I said, like it's like to its detriment, it knows me. So like I have to like, nope, I need you to pretend I need you to pretend you're this person, and I need you to like with this, I want this outcome, and like this is who I'm trying to do it for. Like you have to be real good. Yeah, that's the fighting it, because it knows me too well. And so sometimes like I'll ask Claude, because Claude is not stupid, but it doesn't remember me.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Let's see.
No, it's still fine.
I would have quit. I would have quit on it. Maggie, you're amazing. You're amazing.
Thank you.
I hate school, and this was great.
Okay, I'm glad.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Definitely walk